Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and salam sejahtera. My name is Asiqin binti Norzlan from Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation Technology Mara Shah. Today I will present my topic, that is perception of undergraduate sports science and recreation student of UITM Shah toward online distance learning during COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic is an infection that originates from a recently uncovered coronavirus disease. The COVID-19 virus is spread mostly by saliva or is sent out from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes by WHO 2020. According to Howlett, online learning is the use of electronic technology and media to deliver, support, and enhance both learning and teaching, and it involves communication between learners and teachers using online content. Then, the main advantage for online distance learning was the development of students' computers and internet skills, followed by the effective use of the time that result from the various tools used for synchronized and asynchronous communication by Zoomer et al. 2013. First, to investigate the perception of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Then, to investigate the perception between gender of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. Lastly, to identify the perception between the education level of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. The growing phenomena of COVID-19 causes the closure of classes for millions of students worldwide, affecting schools' real teaching plans in these countries and regions. Online distance learning, from the other side, can be used to support both more traditional, objective approaches to learning and more modern functionalist way of learning by Mahlangu 2018. Students should keep learning, especially underprivileged children and young adults who are both negatively affected by school suspension. So, this is the major issue that must be addressed. By OECD 2010. COVID-19 pandemic. The World Health Organization WHO China Country Office was informed of cases of phenomenon of unknown cause detected in Wuhan City, Hubei Province of China. Countries all over the world want the public to be cautious. Because of this, stakeholder group and management in higher education institutions have no alternative but to use internet technology and online learning to continue academic activities in all schools worldwide. The factors of perception on online distance learning. Perceived usefulness and perceived ease. Perceived usefulness, which is described as the extent to which a potential user views the technology as providing comparable value to an alternative way of performing the same task, while perceived ease of use is defined as the college education to which is easy to understand or use by Azlina et al. 2002. Perception of online distance learning between gender. Gender differences have a significant effect because there are more online female learners than male learners. But when reviewing gender-related studies, the effect of this variable on learners' experience in distance education are questionable by Yusegiu and Bulut 2009. Research design. This is a quantitative design in an online survey method by using a questionnaire. Quantitative research design is to evaluate how many people expect, respond, or believe in a specific manner. sample of study. The sampling technique for this research is convenient sampling. The total for undergraduate is 1,270 students that consisted of a diploma with 951 students and the degree is 319 students. According to Craigie and Morgan 1970, the number of respondents who contribute to this study is equal to 1,200 and sample size is 291 students. Instruments. This questionnaire have 3 sections which are divided into A, B and C. Section A is demographic profiles such as gender, age, level of education, type of devices that use and others. Section B consists of 10 items and Section C consists of 6 items. Both Section B and C are measured with a 3-point of Likert scale. Like we can see here, the findings of the perception of undergraduate students show that the higher factor is perceived ease with a mean score of 2.482, whereas perceived usefulness has a mean score of 2.256. Referring to the table, there is a significant differences between males and females on the perception of perceived usefulness and perceived ease toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, with T equal to negative 2.77, P equal to 0.006, and T equal to negative 2.73, P equal to 0.007 respectively. There is no significant differences between the diploma and degree on the perceived usefulness and perceived ease among sports science and recreation students during COVID-19 pandemic, with T equal to negative 1.68, P equal to 0.093, and T equal to negative 1.89, P equal to 0.059. Perception of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. The finding shows the high mean score item is there is technology available to enable interactive communication between lecturer and student without meeting face-to-face with 2.65, and there is technology available to enable one to take tests and submit assignments with 2.62. The difference between gender on the perception of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. The finding shows there is a significant difference between males and females on the perception of perceived usefulness and perceived ease toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic, with T equal to negative 2.77, P equal to 0.006, and T equal to negative 2.73, P equal to 0.007 respectively. The difference between education level on the perception of undergraduate sports science and recreation students toward online distance learning during the COVID-19 pandemic. The result shows that there is no significant difference between the diploma and degree on the perceived usefulness and perceived ease. This study consistently notes this usefulness offers the opportunity for people to study anywhere without having any commute and become one advantage for online distance learning because this method is impossible in face-to-face learning. In addition, students are very good in ability to use the various tools and technologies that allow participating in online learning with ease. The preferred mode of learning shift from full classroom to online learning, educational institutions should gradually prepare both gender and technological resources to support this progressive new paradigm. It is indicated that good technological background is needed for students to be successful at online learning.